Hi, I'm Christine Lackey with Untangled Mom, and let's untangle this. Recently, I've been working with a lot more families, especially with the whole COVID situation going on, and helping them navigate the family dynamics at home and how their kiddos might be feeling about things. I work a lot, for some reason, I've had more young girls that I'm working with in their families. And so much of the feedback that I get from the young girls, and also as I'm thinking about this, some of the older people that I'm working with as well, when we look at what has stopped them or made them feel blocked around things, is, there's this interesting question that we have a tendency, especially as parents, to ask our kids. When our kids start feeling something, or they seem off, or they seem like something's going on, we say, "What's wrong?" So, what's wrong with you? And what happens for our kiddos is, you know, life happens and we can be feeling a whole bunch of different things going on. We could have some, like, a moment of just like some sadness, a moment of some confusion, a moment of contemplation. And when our parents are always like, "Well, what's wrong?" In that moment, what we're teaching our kids is how you're feeling is wrong. It's not that they're wrong, they just have a feeling. And I invite you to go, instead of asking all the time, and not just with our kids, but one another and all relationships, instead of, "Hey, what's wrong?" It's, "Hey, what are you feeling right now? And how can I help you?" Whenever I pose that question to any of my clients, I have to tell you, the most interesting thing happens. They begin to cry, almost across the board. They're like, "Oh my gosh, if somebody would just ask me, how are you feeling and how can I help you? It would be such a different experience." So as parents, we have this opportunity to teach our kids how to be present in the moment and how to be present with them and how to get curious. So instead of judging what I see, judging what their emotions might be, teaching them that, hey, sadness is bad. Anger is wrong. All of these different emotions are so bad. And how do they take that on? Where do they come up with that belief system? Is the simple question, what's wrong with you? What's wrong? What's wrong? As opposed to, think about it for a second. Hey, I'm noticing something's up. What's going on? And my daughter and I were talking last night, and she's 14, so she had some of her like teenage funny things that she was saying. And I think sometimes with our teenagers, they start, they're trying to like poke the bear a little bit, like, how much can I get away with? And they start crossing that line because, sexuality is being explored more. They're seeing more of it online. So she was throwing some stuff at me yesterday, and all of a sudden, as we're talking, I'm like, "Hey, what's going on?" And she's like, "What do you mean?" I said, "So this conversation, it's funny, and I'm wondering, what's going on? What are you feeling right now? And Ryan, I feel like maybe we can explore something because something feels different." And she got pretty teary-eyed and she started crying, and she's like, "Mom, there's something going on with a girlfriend of mine, and I just can't tell you because I don't want you to say anything." And I said, "Well, I hear that, Anne. I need you to tell me for you. If this isn't about her, I need you to tell me for you, because there's something going on here. And I need to know, what are you feeling and how can I help you with this?" And she started getting pretty emotional. And then she was just like, she told me a story. And this is something that's really going on with a lot of kids right now, especially girls, is taking the nude pictures and sending them to a boy, and then it circulates, and then all the rumors, right? And it's amazing to me. And she and I had the opportunity to talk it through. And I said, isn't it amazing how we know this stuff is happening? We know that it's really hurtful, and we're still doing it. Like, your girlfriend still knew what the consequence could have been, and she still did it. And there's reasons why. And we've got to look at, well, why did she do that? What do you think she was trying to get from that? And it really started this wonderful conversation. And again, it wasn't, look, there's something wrong with her, there's something wrong with you, there's something wrong with the boy. That's not true. It's, what are you feeling and how can I help you with this? And it gave us the opportunity to really unpack it for her, and for her to be like, okay, I don't have to carry this for my friend either. And it's okay for me to feel confused. it's okay for me to feel overwhelmed in this. And it's okay for me to ask for help. Now, had I said to her instead, hey, what's wrong? Like, you look like something's wrong. What's wrong with you? Nobody likes that question. Even us as adults, we're like, just shut up. Like, there's something wrong with me. It puts us on the defensive. So what I'd like to share with you is helping our kids, especially right now, with how they're feeling with, hey, I see something's going on. What you feeling and how can I help you? There's nothing wrong with this time. There's nothing wrong with COVID and us being home and all of this. And I say that because it is what it is. We can't change it. The only thing that we can do is figure out how to be with one another in it from a place of support and love and concern. That's what's here. And what our families will come of will be so much more. We come together in it. Oh my gosh, Dory. Okay, my girlfriend Dory's on here from so long ago. Hi. And Linda, oh my gosh, Linda Culligan, I grew up with. Hi. And hi, Mindy. Okay, I'm so new at all this Facebook stuff. It's super fun. And thanks for being here, guys. I really appreciate it. This stuff is my passion. I love it. I think we are all such cool people, and our kids are pretty amazing. They really are. And the relationships that we have with them every day, I learn from my kids every single day. I am not perfect. I don't have it all together. And my kids, they teach me so much. So this is a big part of why I do this. And along the lines of this whole conversation about, instead of asking what's wrong, but how do you feel? With the girls that I've been working with lately, it's an interesting thing about body image. There is a real push for girls to be bigger and curvier now. When we grew up, those of us my age, it was be thin, be thin, be thin, and now it's be bigger, bigger, bigger. And the pressure is the same. And what I'm wanting to do next week is probably address this every single day and make next week about body image, to talk about where it comes from. Because the one thing I want to be really clear with everybody about is this: having a poor body image doesn't come from looking at models. It just doesn't. It comes from, there's a sense of lack somewhere within us. And I know from personal experience, for me, because I had an eating disorder that was pretty tough. At the core of it, at the core of all addiction, whether it's drinking, drugs, whether it's sex, whether it's food addiction, at the core of it is, for whatever reason, somewhere along the line we came up with, I'm not lovable enough. I'm not loved enough. I'm not worth enough. It's somewhere along the line. It's what we came to believe. And we had to start looking outside of ourselves for validation, because what we were receiving wasn't enough. So next week, I want to pretty much every day talk about this body image stuff, because it's super important to me. And those of us who have kids or just relationships, it's a big part of what's going on. So I will post something on the Untangled Mom page about the days and such of when we're doing that. So in the meantime, thank you for being here with me. And if you're not here with me live, thank you for listening. This is a really, really important topic, not to just take to our children, but to all relationships that we have. Because when we can say to somebody, not, hey, what's wrong? Because it feels like a criticism, but instead, hey, what's going on and how can I help you? That creates relationship. It creates trust. And it's what we all want to hear. I hope this has been helpful. It's been so lovely seeing you guys. I hope to see more of you, and take care. Bye.